Hey, hello everyone, welcome to my channel Relationship Stories. Today, one person is asking us, am I an idiot for telling my girlfriend to do the paternity test for her daughter? But before we give our judgment, let's hear the story from his side. So, right now, I'm in a kind of sheepy situation. I have been treating my ex-fiancée pretty cold and demanding a paternity test for the child she is carrying. All of my friends are saying I'm being a major idiot, but I don't feel that way. Here's the story. I knew my ex for almost 10 years. We go back all the way to high school and have been friends. After we graduated, I said frick it and asked her out and we became a couple. We dated for almost 6 years before she came to me and told me she was pregnant. I won't lie, I loved her at that time and this was actually quite exciting to me, so I proposed her. She, however, seemed super worried. I sat down and talked with her about it. I told her that even if she did decide to terminate the pregnancy, I would be by her side and still wanted to marry her. She was super awkward about it but decided to keep the child and accepted my proposal. These past 7 months have been a roller coaster. She moved in with me and we began getting ready for our daughter's birth, and we were planning on getting married after she is born. That was until a few weeks ago. An old acquaintance from high school reached out to me. I was never good friends with him, but he said that he felt guilty about letting an innocent man suffer for his and my ex's mistakes. This guy claimed that he was the father of my ex's child and that my ex had been lying to me. It turns out that my ex and him got reacquainted about a year ago and started to having a thing. Around the time my ex got pregnant, they began having unprotected thing. He is not lying about this. He sent me photos of them together and showed me text between the two of them. I was able to get my ex's phone and confirmed they were real. Along with this, he sent me a string of Facebook messages of my ex admitting to lying to me because I make more money than the real father and she would rather I care for it. Suffice to say, I was freaking pissed. I confronted her. She cried. I cried. It was a total mess. In the end, I broke it off and evicted her from my apartment. She is in the process of moving out now, but I have not said a single word to her. I have pretty much told her that I want her out of my life. I also demanded a DNA test the minute the child is born. If it's mine, I will help her support it. If not, then I'm never going to see her again in my life. I have been cold to her. Her and her friends has tried multiple times to work it out with me, but I have refused any contact with them. At one point, she got all of her friends together to try to talk to me, and I kicked all of them out of the apartment with threats of calling the police. Anytime she's tried to reconcile, I have shut it down. My friends are saying I'm in wrong here. According to them, she is pregnant and because of that, I should at least be helping her till the baby is born, even if it is not mine. I disagree fully, but I could be wrong. Am I letting my own emotions hide the fact from me that I am an idiot here? My opinion about this issue is, OP, it's understandable that you are hurt and angry about the situation, but it's important to consider the well-being of the child in this situation. It's not the child's fault and they deserve to have loving and supportive parent regardless of who the biological father is. Demanding a paternity test is reasonable, but it's important to handle the situation with empathy and compassion for your ex-fiancé and the child. Being cold and threatening towards your ex and her friends is not constructive and could potentially harm the child's future relationships with both parents. It may be helpful to seek the guidance of the therapist or counselor to process your emotions and navigate this situation in a healthy and constructive way. Now we will see what our friends think about this. Our friend once said, she made this mess and she needs to pull up her big gal panties and deal with it. She cheated, lied and manipulated two men because of her own selfishness. You have been together for years and she not only cheated on you but did so unprotected for nearly a year. On top of that, she admitted that she only wanted you around because you made more money than the other guy. You have no obligation to take care of her. She has friends and family that can put up with her shit. The moment that baby is born, you get a paternity test and don't sign a damn thing until you have proof that the child is yours. If that baby is yours, you need to get a lawyer and set up a custody arrangement so she can't screw you over. She has shown how irresponsible and reckless she is. That child should not have to suffer her mother's consequences. If that baby is not yours, then you wash your hands of this whole mess and go on to find someone who will respect you and the relationship. No one should have to deal with this kind of betrayal, and no child should have to be brought into these situations. And our friend too said, not an idiot, but if you make this really toxic and the baby is yours, then it's going to be really hard to get back to your nice place to co-parent. I am not saying you need to be nice, but maybe don't blow up all of those bridges until you're sure. You sound like a nice guy that will want to have your daughter in your life. Don't give her ammo to try to prevent that it turns out it is yours. I don't think you have to provide her with anything support-wise, and I don't think you are an idiot. I just worry your hurt could cause you problems. If you look really aggressive to your ex, she might have grounds to get custody taken away or limited. You don't deserve that. So I think it's better if you try to stay neutral when it comes to her. Don't be nice, but don't be mean. Just don't contact, period. Story 2. My girlfriend and I are both college students. She lives in an apartment on her own and I live with my parents. On Sunday, my girlfriend made homemade lasagna for our date night. She made everything from scratch, including the noodles. It was really good. So after we finished, I asked if I could take a lasagna home for my family to try. She said yes. When I left that night, I took the tray of lasagna with me. My girlfriend didn't walk me out, so she didn't see me take the tray. On Monday, I got a text from my girlfriend asking where her lasagna was. I told her I had taken it home for my family. She said, I thought you were going to take some, not the whole thing. I spent most of my food budget for the week on it with the intention to eat leftovers for the rest of the week. Now I don't know what I'm going to eat. I felt bad and apologized but pointed out that I had to ask her if I could take it home, and she didn't tell me that I could not take the whole tray. She said it should have been obvious that I should not take the whole thing since the tray was so big. To be fair to her, it was really big tray. My family of 5 only just finished the tray yesterday after eating it for dinner both nights. But I don't think the size of the tray makes it obvious that I should not take it. Monday night and last night, my girlfriend complained that she had to eat instant noodles for dinner so that she would not blow her food budget. Today she is asking me if I can buy her a sandwich. Since I took her leftovers for the week, it sucks and she spent her food budget on the lasagna, but I think this is her fault for not being clear that I should not take the whole thing. I don't think she is justified in asking me to buy her lunch because of it. She called me an idiot for not being willing to help her out. Am I the idiot here, guys? My opinion about this issue is, OP, to be honest, you are the idiot in this situation. It seems like there was a miscommunication between you and your girlfriend regarding how much of lasagna you were going to take. While you did ask if you could take some, you did not clarify how much, and your girlfriend assumed you were only going to take a portion, not the entire tray. However, it also seems like your girlfriend did not clearly communicate her expectations or concerns regarding the lasagna. She may have assumed that it was obvious that you were only supposed to take a portion, but this was not clear to you. Additionally, it would have been helpful for her to let you know that the lasagna was an important part of her food budget for the week, and that she was relying on the leftovers to last her several meals. Given the situation, it may be best for you to offer to compensate your girlfriend or the cost of the lasagna or to buy her groceries to help her make up for the meals. She had planned to eat with the leftovers. This would show that you are taking responsibility for your part in the miscommunication and also demonstrate that you care about her well being. You could also try to have a conversation with your girlfriend about how you both can communicate better in the future to avoid similar misunderstandings. Now, we will see what our friends think about this issue. Our friend once said, "You are the idiot here, big time. Let's unpack this case. You say it took 2 days for a family of 5 to eat the whole thing. This is a lot of food, and common sense should tell you that it's pretty rude to take that much. Keep in mind that according to this math, you have been taking 10 whole meals from this poor girl. Now she is eating only instant noodles? Those are only 300 calories and have almost zero vitamins or minerals. Your girlfriend is literally starving and you refuse to buy her a sandwich? Forget the fact that this is all your fault. Who does this in general? Even if it were her fault, you are fine with her literally starving. And on top of this all, you say your girlfriend texted you Monday night about your mistake. But your family only just finished eating it for dinner last night. As in Tuesday night? So you didn't even return the lasagna after she pointed out the mistake? You are the idiot, dude. Our friend too said, "You are the idiot here. You asked if you could take lasagna for your family to try. No reasonable person would assume you would take the whole thing and feed your whole family of 5 for 2 nights. Why did they have to have it twice? That's not trying, that's just eating. Trying it would may have been one serving for each person. Maybe you could have forgone eating it since you had already had it. Honestly, you are incredibly inconsiderate. You should help her out. And you need to be more cognizant of what you're doing." Story 3. Okay, so we are having a discussion the other day about a gay couple having children. My mom said, "Kid should have your mother and father." I said, "There's plenty of people who split up, a parent dies, etc., and the kid is fine." She said, "But having a mother and father is still better." I said, "Not necessarily. If those parents were abusive, poor, and could not care properly for their kids, then they are not gonna be better than two parents of the same sex who are not abusive and can financially and emotionally support their kids." She then said that money had nothing to do with it and a poor heterosexual would be much better parents than a financially stable gay couple. I said that's bullshit. I said as not having a lot of money growing up did badly affect me. It made everything a lot harder. My mental and physical health suffered because of it. I also said that my parents' constant arguing and fighting with one another, plus my mother's constant screaming at me affected me badly, and it would have been better for me to be brought up by a gay couple who could financially support me and who didn't give me severe anxiety from the constant fighting. She is now not talking to me, calling me disrespectful, saying she gave up a lot for me and I'm ungrateful. So am I the idiot here, guys, for saying this? Or she is the idiot? Please explain these things to me. My opinion about this issue is, it's not uncommon for people to have different opinions on certain issues, such as whether or not gay people should have children. However, it's important to approach these discussions with respect and an open mind. It's understandable that you wanted to share your own personal experiences to support your argument, but it seems that your mother became defensive and felt attacked. In terms of advice, I would suggest trying to have calm and respectful conversation with your mother. When emotions have settled down, it might be helpful to start by acknowledging her perspective and expressing that you can understand where she is coming from. Then you can try to share your own perspective and experiences in a non-confrontational way. It's also important to listen to her point of view and try to find some common ground for both of you. Even if you ultimately disagree on certain aspects, remember that you can still have your differing opinions and respect each other as individuals. It's okay to agree to disagree, but it's important to maintain a healthy and respectful relationship with your loved ones. Now we will see what our friends think about this issue. Our friend once said, Everybody is the idiot here. You both took a discussion over a general topic of what is right and made it into a personal attack on each other. If you had simply insisted that you disagree with her view and that there are studies to back up your point and she refused to listen and called you disrespectful for not agreeing with her, then she'd be the idiot all by herself. But I find using a discussion about a social topic as an excuse to berate her about your own upbringing to be idiot behavior. You want to confront her about your upbringing? Fine. But insulting her, valid reason or not, then entirely blaming her for cutting contact, I'm not doing that. You are the idiot here, dude. Our friend too said, everybody is the idiot here. Your mom is a bigot, no doubt about that. But I would not speak to you either if you were my child and just told me that my financial situation badly affected you. Being a child of struggling parents and growing up to start my life struggling with my wife, constant fighting about little things can often be the result of major financial stress on your parents. Telling your parents you would have been better off being raised by financially stable gay people makes you sound ungrateful. You likely have no idea the sacrifices your parents probably had to make sure you had what needed to survive growing up. And I don't blame them for thinking that was disrespectful of you to say. Just like I don't blame you for thinking she is an idiot for being so out of touch with reality.